Spoiler alert, I said in my previous videos that I was really surprised of how many people are having these big theories about WandaVision and what's going to happen, connecting it to the comic books, connecting it to past MCU universe theories and things that have happened in every movie and all this stuff like that, and Mephisto and devils and all this stuff happening and everything like that. And you know what? I was right. Everybody was overthinking this series. Guess what, people? Dottie is a nobody. Evan Peters is also a nobody. Ralph is nowhere to be seen. And Hayward, well, guess what? He's just a baddie. Hi, my name is Michael Liskar, and I do comic book related TV shows, movies, and animated series, whatever reviews. I just do like my thoughts and everything like that on some of these things that are going on in the comic book related media world. And today we're talking about the final episode of WandaVision, WandaVision episode 8. And as you saw in my little opening there, I had to get it out right away because it was on my mind the whole time last night when I saw this show. I kept saying, since the beginning, I'm reiterating it right now, that I thought that all of these theories were crazy. No offense to people out there, but I thought that was a little crazy. I'm like going, whoa, Marvel's not going to do this. Disney Marvel is not going to do this. One more time. Disney Marvel is not going to do those things. And I was right. You can see my past videos. If you do want to check them out, they're on a page, on my channel. Just check them all down. I think I've done every single episode of WandaVision thus far. And we're not great degrees of success, but I've done them. And last night when I was watching this, I'm like, this is exactly what I thought it was. I do think this series is good. I want to put that out right there. Thumbs up to it. I thought that they did a good job of it. But I have always said that with Marvel properties, it's not really, how can I put this? You don't have to think too hard when watching it. And when I'm watching this series, I'm like, I know basically what's going to happen. And I was right. I predicted almost everything right. I even predicted Alright, I'm not even going to go there. I don't even have that many notes on this, just because it's pretty fresh in my head still. Well, last night, as I was watching WandaVision episode 8, I kept thinking, is this going to be a witch fight? It's a witch fight. Agatha floating around, using her powers. Oh God, it was kind of cool though. The thing that I really appreciated about this episode was the fact that I'm a big Superman fan. I'm a big fan of any character that has a cape and flies around and has incredible strength and knocks things down in a basic way. So seeing Vision fight White Vision was cool. I love that whole scene. A couple wonky special, because I expect a little bit more from Disney Plus now. Just because after watching The Mandalorian and everything like that, you see that they're giving these shows a lot of money. So it was a good fight and everything like that, but I was just like, it was just so wonky in certain parts and everything like that. Especially I thought the fight between Wanda and Agatha was wonky. But it's also really weird. I mean, I said that I appreciated the fact that going to Wanda and Agatha, I appreciated the fact that Agatha had a costume that was more traditional, like a witch costume that we would be familiar with. But they just made her look like a bag of nuts just flying around like that with a whole bunch of crap on her. But I was like, okay, this is cool though. It's just we're getting the witch battle that we want, and that's basically what this episode was. It's witch battle, and there were a couple of cool things and everything like that I thought that came out of this, but nothing really revolutionary. Probably one of my favorite things is that we finally got the Wanda Maximoff from the comic books, the costume. Not exactly the same, and I would argue that it's basically the same Wanda Maximoff costume that we've seen in the Marvel movies, but she has a headdress on. It's nice to see it. I love how they form-fitted it to her. She looked badass in that at the end. I love that. And how she's flying off and everything like that, because that's what Wanda does. She flies around a lot now. So she just became Supergirl. Yeah, I thought that was cool. A couple of scary things that happened too that I was really surprised off. When Wanda encountered the white version of Vision, I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And as soon as he put his hands on her face, I'm like, oh my god, please do not. I was scared. I was scared for her. And when he just started to crush her head, I'm like, oh, holy crap! But then you knew Vision was going to come along and smack him and get rid of him, and then, they would have their battle. So Vision against White Vision, and Agatha against Wanda. And I really appreciated certain little nods that they did, like especially when Wanda took a car and threw it into Agatha, and she went flying into the house, and then you just saw Agatha's feet at the bottom, hearkening, basically saying that this is basically like the Wizard of Oz, and she's the dead witch. I love that part. I love the fact that the kids got involved at the end there. When they came out and I can't even remember their names right now, Billy and Tommy. When they came out and they fought, like I love the fact. All right, I love one of the scenes that I really loved about this episode. It's more of like, this is kind of like an action movie. This last episode, which I predicted and I wanted. The fact that Wanda said to the kids, "Take care of the army, kids," whatever she said there. I thought that was really cute, and the fact that the little kids is like using his magical powers, and the other kids like running around like Quicksilver. That was cool. And to see the actual whole family, Wanda and the two kids and Vision, sitting there standing doing their superhero pose. And like, that's so cute. It was just all cute. We got Monica Rambeau back. It was kind of cool, I guess. But that was I believe that was probably the part that people probably went, what? That's it? And I was laughing my ass off when she found the picture of him and she realized that Agatha actually took the house from him. And he was a nobody. He was just some guy who lived in the town and everything like that. And living in his parents' attic. I don't know. And he was like holding her and everything. I was just like, okay, all right. So like we brought in Evan Peters just to do this. I was actually one of those people who was hoping that he was the Quicksilver from the Marvel X-Men universe. But no, he's just the guy. He's just another guy. Granted, I kept thinking he still could be he could still be the Quicksilver from the Fox X-Men universe, only because the one thing is that they basically have the exact same thing. When we first discovered Evan Peters' version of Quicksilver in the Marvel X-Men universe, in Days of Future Past, I believe, he was basically living in his mother's basement. Difference here, living in the attic. And I was like, oh, it's like they're kind of like they're still kind of giving a nod to all that, but they're saying it's not really him. Going back to Monica Rambeau. It was kind of cool, the fact that like she used her powers to figure out how to grab Evan Peters' necklace, because that was the charm that was actually putting him under Agatha's control, and giving him obviously super strength and all this stuff too. That was kind of weird. And the fact that at the end, when the kids were going to get shot by Hayward, who just become really big baddie at this last episode, he became the big bad, the third big bad, if you want to call it that, because you have Agatha, you have White Vision, and then you have Hayward. When he went to go shoot the kids. And Monica ran in front of it, and then she like kind of like dissolved and like stopped the bullets, but she missed one, and then the little kid did this little magic thing, and he stopped the bullet. That was also cute. I feel bad with the fact that I'm saying that this is cute, but I was just like, oh my god. And I believe the director had an interview. I can't remember what it was from, but I heard where he basically said, I hope people aren't going to be upset because this last episode, because he knew that all those theories that were out there were kind of crazy, and like people were expecting so much from this when we haven't seen any of that. There hasn't been any like evidence of any of that. And people like, I just found it fascinating, and I'll say this one more time, that people had 2 to 3 hour videos of WandaVision episodes and speculations. And I'm like, what is going on? It's not that deep. It is not that deep, people. But I reiterate, I did enjoy this series. I do enjoy what they're doing with the Marvel MCU movie universe and bringing it over to TV. I do like this. But I think that people are just overthinking this. And this episode proves that. It was a little shocking to find out that basically all of Wanda's emotions were basically being transmitted through everybody in the town. So they had to live through everything that she was going through. Which I thought, they were all mad at her and everything like that. They should be mad at her because she was controlling their lives for who knows how long now. But the fact that they didn't have any empathy for her, I was kind of like, wouldn't you have some empathy? Wouldn't you kind of go like, God, this is what she's been through. I feel sorry for you a little bit, but don't control me. but the fact that like nobody had empathy there, it's like, we hate you like a mutant, which was kind of funny. I was like, are they trying to say that they hate her like a mutant, or they're just trying to say they hate her like a witch? Agatha even said that when the military men were coming in and everything like that. She's like, oh, new people, different time period, whatever. Yeah, and that's true. It's just like it kind of doesn't change. throughout history and everything like that. It's just a new timeline. One of the big things that I kept saying was that even before we saw Agatha's origin, when she was in Salem, I believe it was, and they were shooting the things into her, and she took the power or whatever, I kept saying, even before that, when we first got introduced to the fact that she was finally Agatha, I said, I think that she's there siphoning off Wanda's powers. And I was right. She said it. She was basically there to siphon off all that power that Wanda has. And that was basically the crux of the whole thing. And I do like the fact that, going to go into the Vision and the White Vision part, I do like the fact that Vision opened up the mind to White Vision, and he basically made him into Vision again. He gave him all the memories that he's had ever since he was created and everything. So that is the new Vision. I don't know where the hell he is now, but that's the new Vision. Maybe Wanda's going to find him. But yeah, just to go right to the end of this episode, the one thing that kind of did surprise me, which is kind of like, because there were 2 end credit scenes and everything like that. The first end credit scene was the fact that Monica Rambeau was brought out back by one of the agents into the theater. Into the theater. Do we know what that means? All right. She was brought back into the theater to talk to one of the agents, and that agent suddenly became one of the Skrulls. And she's like, we want to invite you up there. So basically, assuming this is what it is, Nick Fury wants Monica Rambeau to go up to the space station so that they can monitor extraterrestrial threats and everything like that with the Skrulls. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but I was just like, I didn't care. And then the other end credit sequence, which came way at the end, which we see Wanda out in this like log cabin and everything like that in this isolated place, and she's like getting her coffee ready and everything like that. She's sitting on the front porch, and then she goes back in, and she goes to get another cup of coffee, and then the camera pans, and we go into the back. And then we see Wanda, the real Wanda, because that seems to be an illusion, the one who was in front, going through all the stuff in the magic book. And doing all this stuff at super speed. She's learning everything about magic. And that's going to make her even more powerful. And right at the end, when she hears the screams of her sons, which we thought were gone, because that whole world died in a very sad way. I didn't mention that. That did get me. I'm like, she's not crazy, as I even thought. It's just the fact that the power made her do this, and the fact that she had to give up everything that she had, and that kind of got to me. I was like, she's gonna have to give it up all again. She created this world, and she just has to give it up, give up the vision of this world, give up everything. But like I said, the White Vision's out there with all the correct memories anyway. But at the end, when she's like going through the books and everything like that, and you see her like floating there and doing everything at super speed, we hear in the background, her kids screaming out, and that's when I'm like, and then she goes away, and that's when I'm like, is that Mephisto? That actually could be one of those theories. And so that kind of harkens back to a little bit one of those theories that everybody's thinking about from the comic books bringing over to live action. Who did that? Who's torturing our kids? Why are kids still in existence? Don't know. I'm gonna find out. But I'm really glad that they, a lot of people thought, including me, that this was going to be like Wanda was going to go crazy and was going to be kind of like, she's going to be the next villain and everything like that. And I do like the fact that they said that she's beyond the Sorcerer Supreme. Ha ha, Dr. Fate, you got some crap coming to you. Sorry, Strange, I said Fate. But I am kind of glad that they didn't just go with Wanda's going to go incredibly crazy with power and she's going to destroy the world or whatever, change the world and everything like that. I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that, because then that would kind of look like the Dark Phoenix saga. And we've had that already, twice. And I think that Marvel, Kevin Feige, was right not to take Wanda down that path. I mean, it's arguable that she may, like, there may be a lot of different things going to happen because they're going to be the Multiverse of Madness movie with Doctor Strange and everything like that. But I'm glad that, like, for right now, we're not just getting crazy Wanda with incredible powers and everything like that. We just have the Scarlet Witch, the introduction of witches into this universe. So, yeah, that's about it. I did enjoy this episode and everything like that, but I'm glad that all those crazy theories are no longer there. But there are probably still going to be a lot of people saying that there are. But I did enjoy this last episode. I enjoyed the fight episode that we had. And I can't wait to see Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That is one of the series that I really can't wait to see. It was like #1 on my list on Disney Plus series for Marvel that I wanted to see. So I can't wait until that happens. So what did you guys think of this episode? Did you guys have all those theories too, and you were hoping that they were happening and it didn't happen and you were a little bit upset? Let me know down below. If you do like the content of my page, I greatly appreciate it if you share the page or like the page. anything to help up help up the channel and keep me going. I can do more videos and stuff like that too. And yeah, so until next time, my name is Michael S. Garner. I just want to let you know also, I do write and draw my own online comic book called Visions of the New, which you can see at magcloud.com. Get a printed version there, or you can look at the preview there, or download a PDF online, or just view it through the website itself. And yeah, so until next time, I hope you guys have a great day.